Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name is Ricky.
My name's Angus.
I'm Derek.
And today we have a very special guest.
Back at it.
Yeah, I'm back again.
Back again. Her name is
Yolanda.
Yolanda. Thank you very much for joining. Today we have a topic in...
Well, we do have a topic, and it's basically probably a lot of us has to overcome, and to learn. And what is it? Drum roll. It is confidence.
Confidence.
Yes. So I know, like, this is really good because we have Yolanda here, and she can tell from a girl perspective, because I'm pretty sure confidence from how guys work on confidence is quite different from a girl's perspective as well, right?
I mean, everyone has their own different ways to work on confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice too.
Yeah, like were you guys ever shy when you were young? Because I'm really shy.
Definitely was an introvert when I was younger.
I'm still an introvert. That has not changed.
Not changed.
But
I mean, that's like, was it the 4-letter thing, right? Like ENFJ.
Your MBTI.
Yeah.
I think that quiz thing has like over 100 questions. I never did it. It was like too much for me.
Yeah.
Because it goes quite in depth.
yeah, it's all psychology kind of goes into it.
But at least, for that one, it's relatively accurate.
Yeah.
I guess you would say, because you are answering it personally.
Yeah.
Right? But as introverts, I'm not too sure about...
I guess, should we
are you guys
are we
all around? Like, would you identify...
Were you guys shy?
Yeah.
When you were young?
When we were younger? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would be the person that sat at the back of the class.
Ooh, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, only answer questions when asked, and then try and just be invisible.
Could you even answer the questions? Because
Oh,
I could never.
Wait, you sat in the back of the class?
I sat.
Yeah.
I thought
I
you
feel
would
like-
be like a sort of like the bookworm kind of person that would always sit in the front.
No, but the thing is, you want to be studious, but you don't want a spotlight. That's a very different thing.
Oh wait, so what you're saying is it's best to sit in the middle. So your teachers would be like, "Oh, not in the back, but the front."
I
Like,
guess
in the
thinking about it
midpoint."
now, maybe, but like back then, when you're a kid, you're just like, I just want to be as far as
Yeah, that's me. I sat in the
away
back.
as you can, right? You
And
don't
then-
want to do a bit.
But they always pick you. when you're in
Yeah,
the
they
back.
end up picking you.
Yeah.
That's what I learned, and then that's when I sat in the front, and they still picked me.
So in the end,
And
it's
then
just you.
after that, I went back to the back, but then they told me to make eye contact with the teacher.
Yeah.
So then I did that. And then she saw how eager I was, and she still picked me. So none of those things worked.
Yeah, doesn't matter in the end.
The
It
teacher
did not
just
matter.
had it out for you, Angus.
Yes.
She
So
saw your
no matter what, I
your
got
lack of
picked
confidence.
because I was that kid that did not want to answer questions. I was shy. I just confrontation. Like
Right.
I couldn't even order food.
Oh.
It was bad. Like I couldn't even go to like Starbucks or
You'd
McDonald's.
recite the order like 10 times in your head.
Yeah, and
while
I
you're-
go there. I'm like, I like it,
They just punch it.
and I just walk away.
Yeah.
And then I just walk away.
Get
But
too scared.
it's weird. It's when I was
Yeah.
when I was a young kid, I wasn't shy. That's what my parents said, and I think something happened. Maybe my parents beat me too hard or
Oh
something.
wow. Okay.
No, because my parents said I would embarrass them out in public. That we went to Starbucks and I would ask the lady, the cashier, and I'll ask her when she gets off at work.
Oh wow.
At a very
That's
young age.
A lot of confidence.
And then my people would laugh and my mom would get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then there's a little timeline there. It got very blurred out.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the beating happened.
Your mind blocked it out.
Yeah, blocked, so,
that's
like-
probably where all the trauma happened.
Exactly.
fair.
So then I got but then like I was really shy.
Yeah.
And especially talking to girls was something I had to really overcome. So that was really a
Nice.
tough.
I still haven't overcome that.
So thanks for sharing, man. Me too.
So would you say you're better now?
Oh, way better. Like especially like doing this like podcasting here, talking to people, I learned to build that confidence. And what I did to do that was there was a video about talking to girls. I know it was like was it like the
Pickup lines.
pickup lines? You know that there was a YouTube channel about like
Oh, the
picking up
simple
girls.
pickup.
There you go. There's that one. And no, I did not pick up girls, but I learned a lot from it, and then a lot of it was just building that confidence,
Right.
right? So it allowed me to approach people and don't care what they think, just because I guess everyone is scared of being judged.
Right.
Right.
So
And everyone's afraid of rejection.
exactly.
Whether it's like a platonic rejection or even
Exactly.
like a romantic
Yeah,
rejection, right?
and then even back then, my parents had a restaurant before. I was scared to go order food from the chefs, and I tell my parents to write it on a piece of paper, and I would give that piece of paper to them because I was scared they would make fun of my Chinese or something. Or, but yeah, that took me a while, but I think I had that switch, and I told them I have to fix it. If I don't fix it, it'll never get better.
It's usually all in your mind. Like you build it up to a point where you feel like, oh, everyone's gonna judge you for this, but in reality, people don't really even care about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't really
It's
care,
mine.
and they only care if you start like freaking out.
Right.
If you start like being really scared, then be like, yo, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
It's-
It's sort of, I think that they call it the spotlight effect, right? Is we always think that other people are thinking about us, but in
Right.
reality, nobody's thinking about us.
They're not.
Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so it took me a while, but I'm like way better now. I can talk to people without, getting afraid. But I do catch myself sometimes when I do get nervous. I do
Right.
talk really fast
Mhm.
Right.
or I over talk.
Mhm.
But that's something I'm still working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I know like you were like quite shy back
I
then.
definitely
Like
changed
really
quite a
shy.
bit.
You
You're
were probably
out.
the most introverted person.
Yes. Out of like our group of
Our group of
friends,
friends, yeah.
Yeah.
when you guys all first met me, I've probably been like super quiet.
No turtle.
Didn't really.
Like-
Is that what you saw in me? Like I'm just a turtle. Like
No. Hey, we were all turtles.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
once we got to know each other, we all popped out and we threw that shell away. But hey,
even taking off the shell.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot has changed. I mean, experience also. I feel like growing up and experiencing new things really builds your confidence. Just like going through life itself.
So how did you build that confidence? Because I built confidence through like simple pickups, which is probably
Not applicable.
but it worked, right? Like I didn't go to pick up girls. I just went to talk to people,
Yeah.
and that helped me
Yeah.
build confidence.
Mine might not be, probably not as typical of a like scenario where I gained a lot of confidence. It's probably because for me it was personally finding kind of like my true self.
Mm.
So I am queer.
Mm.
So back like prior to like coming out, I felt
Yeah.
like that really kept like my confidence really low.
Like
'cause-
restrained you a little
yeah,
bit?
because I didn't know who I was or like
Couldn't express yourself.
yeah,
sort of
express
thing, right?
myself, and I felt like I always had to hide myself when I met people. So like after figuring out who I was, coming to terms,
Owning it.
owning it,
Nice.
and
Yeah,
then
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You go.
and then like just being confident about who I am, and like when you meet people, not being afraid of just showing who you are.
Yeah.
That helped me like just from that, like I was like, it just changed.
Broke out of your shell kind of thing.
It just
Yeah.
it was like a little switch sort of thing. right?
Almost, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like it's just the idea how you perceive yourself. You're able to be a lot more confident.
Interesting.
Mm. Yeah. Do you find like your, especially like work, has it, because you talk to like clients a lot
there-
too,
that
right?
too. That definitely. That's why, like I would say, like just from experience throughout life, like from getting your like different types of jobs, from like experiences and all that. Like you gain a lot more confidence from everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
So like
'Cause it becomes repetitive.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get better at it. You're
Mhm.
more confident at it, and just pushing yourself out and doing things you're not comfortable with.
I
Like,
like that.
that builds so much confidence in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you still say that you're still more of a shy person? Like sometimes you're just like, I just don't want to talk to people. Like
There are definitely days like that, but like a mix of both. Because there's days where you're like, oh, I feel like, oh, I want to socialize. I want to go out and just like talk with people or like experience things. And there's days you're like, I'm just gonna stay home and do nothing
and play
Netflix all day.
Pokemon. I
Yeah,
get you.
Pokemon. Like it's a bit of both. I feel like I'm not as introverted as I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a good mixture between both now.
You do need to recharge though.
Yeah,
right?
you definitely do. Definitely do.
Because
Yeah.
when I meet people, I have to prep myself.
Oh,
It's
wow.
people I don't know.
Right.
Like you know,
yeah.
if you were to go to like a company party or something,
right.
I have to mentally prepare myself. I'm like, Angus, you got this.
Because you're always thinking,
Socialize.
oh, you need to make a good first impression.
No, it's not the impression. It's just
Oh,
that
okay.
talking to networking drains me.
It's really
It's draining for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't get energy. They drain the energy out of
because
me.
you feel like it's part of the job. You need to do well, kind of feeling.
No, it could just be even a friend's party.
You just want to make a good
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah, it's just the pressure. It's like, you wanna like you have to talk. You have to like
Yeah.
try to talk to
try
people,
to
right?
talk. Yeah.
And get to know that person. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's-
saying,
yeah,
like
it's-
I'm not that type of person where I
Right.
can go to parties and be like, hey.
Do you
Like,
do you have like a go-to at a party or like a gathering?
What's
Where-
your party trick?
Yeah.
oh, what do you mean? Like, what do I
Break
say?
ice.
At a,
Yeah.
Oh,
gotta
I
break
just
the ice.
no, I just see what they're talking about and I just chime in
Just jump
on
in there.
that and
Nice.
jump in there.
Wow.
That's usually what I do.
You don't have like a little thing in your back pocket.
No, maybe
It
bond
sounds
through
like you kind of do. What's,
Yeah.
do you have a trick?
bonding through trauma,
Hey.
maybe.
I think
Oh, that's really deep. That's
Damn,
too deep for
it's like
first
0
Okay.
So you see, Angus walk up to the person. So did your parents ever beat you?
Did your parents, did your
That's
dad
really-
ever love you?
Yeah.
Did you ever
You
get
just
loved by your
bond.
dad?
oh my god.
That's sad.
man.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But it is a great way to bond.
Please do not listen to this advice.
No, I'm just
Hey, it might
saying.
work.
like-
It might work.
no,
Yeah.
it does work, but I'm just
Oh, it
saying.
does work.
It does work, but you have to get to know the person more. Don't throw that off the bat, because then people
Okay.
think you're a creep or you're crazy.
Mm.
Like, go there, have see what they're talking about. Maybe similar interests, kind of get to know them.
Oh yeah, I think it's extra hard for you because a lot of people at social gatherings they will have like an alcoholic beverage or whatever to sort of like ease the tensions, but you can't.
No,
So-
like the beverage thing is, I don't care about that. It doesn't
Okay.
affect me at all because
Okay.
like I really don't care
Oh.
because I don't
Oh,
drink,
okay.
but
Right,
like
yeah.
it doesn't really do anything.
Oh, but
So-
for those that do find alcohol can help, it's kind of like
Mm.
relaxing.
You mean just having
Yeah.
like a cup? Like
No,
being,
like,
no,
when
like,
you're drinking,
yeah,
and then
it
it's sort of-
relaxes you.
Yeah, it.
I drink
um,
water and it
it-
relaxes me.
That works for you, like placebo, right?
That's why I'm drinking
Yeah.
water right now. But
Just down like a scoop of pre-workout.
yeah, I guess it's like something you can say. It's kind of like comes down to what you said, right? Like facing your fear.
Right.
So I don't want to have like alcohol or social gathering when people drink for
Right.
that to make me feel like, oh man,
You want
I'm gonna
people
have a bad time.
Do
I'm
it
just be like,
yourself.
yeah, I'm just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just don't think about it and
Yeah.
just go there as if you're meeting people, right?
Right.
So that's how I see it, and that does work.
I guess it's your mindset. Like
It's
how
mostly
you-
it's all your mind, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
they play tricks on you. You start
Yeah.
like thinking about it and second guessing it. So usually I try not to let my brain think too much.
Yeah.
As soon as I second guess, I just shut it down. I just do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's usually how it works for me.
I do understand that liquid confidence though. Like most company events won't give you enough alcohol to like get you super drunk. Although you technically should get super drunk
don't
at
think
a
you should either,
at a company
Yo,
party.
it's bad when you get drunk because
Yeah, 'cause
Actually-
you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
no, it actually hurts
But-
your career too.
Yeah, but
Because you're
you-
representing your company, and next thing you know, you're the guy face planted on the floor.
Yeah. So, but I understand the liquid courage a little bit. Like, it definitely eases your inhibitions a little bit.
Mhm.
Like, of course, you have to still be kind of conscious of what you're saying, what you're
Yeah.
discussing.
Yeah.
But
You're less in your head a little
yeah,
bit.
a lot of people, like, even if they take like lightest of drinks, they will relax more, and like even say like your supervisor or your boss, like with a beer in hand, he seems a little less strict, like image wise, right?
Is it
You know, like when you
yeah.
have like the like the business suit, the business tie, and like the guy walk past you, you're like, okay, I should be more proper. Kind of.
Is it because you relate, right? They
Yeah.
seem more like
Down to earth.
more human, yeah, more
Yeah.
down to earth, more human, more chill instead of being
like
So
all business
uptight.
all
yeah,
the time?
like stuck
yeah.
up and be like, oh, this is too proper because you feel like you have to keep, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it is like a very good once you find that conversation starter to be able to like follow it through, and like as you continue to talk about it, that's how the confidence slowly builds in your like, whether it be a networking event or like a like social gathering, whether it be like for friends or for family or for business, right? So either one is more like is trying to find that just like that opener to try and get
Yeah.
get the ball rolling, because it's just like the snowball effect after
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
Right. I mean, it applies to any social situations. Like even like as I said, like work gatherings. It could be like friends, like meeting new people, just getting the vibe, being able to like start a conversation and get involved. with
Yeah, like Ricky, you're pretty good at it.
You think I'm good at it?
I think you're
To
pretty
be honest,
outgoing.
yeah.
I think you're like
Conversation wise,
Yeah,
yeah, you're probably
conversation-wise.
be the stronger one.
Because when we
of
all
both
first
of us.
met you, like, it was like very like I feel like you were one of the most easygoing, easy to talk to.
no, like you're very
Unless that's what
you're outgoing.
Yeah.
You're very outgoing, and you're very chill.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
I don't see myself as that. I think it's yeah, I get into my head a lot, like everybody else. So it's definitely pretty shy at the beginning.
Like growing up, you were shy.
Actually,
as well?
no, just like Angus growing up, I was a maniac, and then
Something happened.
I've had too many teachers complain to my parents saying
Right.
that I'm out of control. And then
Oh, okay.
there's like maybe a few years where I don't remember anything.
Wow.
You know what that
So
is,
some
right?
sort of,
It's like
trauma and
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
that's where it comes from, and then you're just like, oh, what
And then,
happened?
you
and then I was very shy. But you know what? It kind of reminds me of this trend-ish that I'm seeing these days, which is blowing up on TikTok and whatever. But it's something called rejection therapy. So
Okay.
What is
it's
that?
basically people, not even for a romantic sense, it's just rejection. So everybody has trouble accepting rejection from any sort of like
Yeah.
whether it's a job interview
Right.
or just anything, right?
Yeah, relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff.
So obviously it hurts, but there's this thing called rejection therapy or whatever it's called, where you know you're gonna get rejected and you just go for it anyway,
Yeah.
Right.
and it sort of like breaks down those walls. So one of the videos was this guy going to a grocery store, like Safeway, and he was buying like a bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
And then he says to the cashier, "Can I get 10% off of this peanuts?" And then obviously no, because the cashiers don't have that power. It's
No.
like the price is firm, right?
Preset
Yeah.
price,
So you're gonna hear them say no, and you already know you're gonna get the no, but it's sort of like hearing it
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
desensitizes you a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you have to get rejected enough times to kind of just like shrug it off.
Right. Like
Right.
it doesn't. It's not as much as your head builds it up to be.
Yeah.
Like you face it so many more times that it's just something that happens.
Okay.
So I don't know, that might chip away your confidence, but when you're expecting a rejection, it shouldn't chip it away too much, and
Yeah.
maybe you'll even
because you know the final outcome.
yeah,
already.
Yeah.
and maybe you'll be even more confident going into situations, right?
Mm,
Because you're finally able to accept rejections and move past it.
Mm-hmm.
Then go for the
Okay.
next thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to a grocery store and ask for 10% every single time.
Yeah, and if they somehow give you 10%
accept
off,
it?
that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a huge win.
Or they put my face on the front of the store. Then
It's like,
It's like, this
do
guy's
not-
bad for
yeah.
life.
I would look at it
Do
and
not
be
let
like,
this guy in the store.
that makes sense. I can see why. I can see why they put my face on there. Okay.
Then you get rejected for life from that store.
Like, did it build my confidence? Yes. Am I banned from the store? Also yes.
It's like, now I have to go walk further to get my groceries.
I should have done it at a grocery store that's super far away. But that's actually pretty good. I might give that more a try.
Yeah, I think it was this trend where somebody's trying to do it for like 10 days in a row, just doing it once in each day,
Right.
10 times.
Derek, can I borrow $1,000?
No.
Okay.
There you go.
That's,
One
that's
down.
one.
That's the stepping stone
yeah.
right there.
So how would you, because you said you got very shy afterwards, right? So how did you start rebuilding your like sort of like confidence for more towards it? Because obviously there's like everyday life experiences, right? So like how would you say you slowly kind of regained that for yourself? Because when we met you, like we would have thought you were pretty good at it, right?
So you guys assumed I was sort of like an extrovert.
Yeah. That you're
Well,
outgoing.
You're very
At
good.
least you handled yourself very
Yeah.
well in
Social
the social setting.
situations.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're a pretty outgoing guy.
I don't know.
It's a natural talent.
Maybe it was around the time when that Yes Man movie came out. Remember that Jim Carrey? Was it Jim Carrey? Yeah, I think this was. Where it was like
Oh, he couldn't say no to
he couldn't say
anything.
no to anything, so he
Okay,
just says yes to everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, hey, you want to go learn Korean with me? And then it's like,
Yes.
yes. Just say yes to everything.
Just
And-
basically learn to say yes and don't back down.
Yeah. And then it'll kind of give you more experiences, I think. I think during around that time, that movie came out, and then I was trying it out. So I was just
inspired you.
yeah.
to-
So I wanted to try new experiences. Kind of everything was kind of stagnant. I think that's probably how I even decided to meet up with a bunch of strangers online. So it's like,
Yeah. So even though we could have ended up as serial killers.
That's true. That's true.
That's actually pretty good. Say yes to everything.
That's a good tip. Like, just try and put yourself out there and say yes.
Good thing they don't ask you anything bad. They're like, you want to rob a bank? You're like,
Oh wow.
oh, I should not, but
yes.
yes. Let's
There
do
should be
it.
a
Let's do it.
limit. There
Yeah.
should be a limit.
Hey, can you donate your kidney to me? Oh, yes.
Yes.
think about it. Like even with giving your kidney away, you go through all this procedure, the testing and all. It's like it's something that you won't know about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't know what the procedure
Yeah.
is. You don't know what kind of tests you need to go through.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of new experiences, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Losing a kidney.
Losing,
Yeah.
losing a
Definitely
kidney,
a new
Yeah.
gaining a
experience.
friend,
Gaining a friend.
Yeah. See the positive in it. I guess that's what
rob
it
a
is.
bank,
You get money,
gain
but
income.
yeah, but you end up in jail.
Unless you don't get caught.
Oh,
Don't get
okay.
Oh.
Because when was the last time any of you guys tried to do like a new thing for the first
That's
time?
true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Do you remember? Like just a brand new activity. Like I'm trying to think.
Have you never done?
Brand new
yourself?
activity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm so busy these days.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
That's-
It's a bit harder when you're an adult because you have like you
A
have a lot of
responsibilities
responsibilities.
that
so
come
it's
first
very
before new
hard to
Yeah.
try.
experiences, right?
Like last summer, I went paddleboarding for the first time.
Oh, yo,
Right.
paddleboarding is
So
so
it's like
fun.
but I can't swim. So it's
Mm.
a totally different
You can't
scenario. Yeah. So it's
'cause
just like
you're like half scared for your life.
Wait, so you have a life
yeah,
jacket?
Life
yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But it's like a
There's no
new
way.
activity I've never done
Yeah.
before.
Right.
Like I've kayaked and whatever, but
Right.
paddleboarding is sort of like
It's
a
fun.
different. Yeah. So something like that. That's probably the first or the last time I did something new, which was last year, which is kind of sad. Maybe I'm pretty sure I've done new,
Wow.
but
Let me put it that way. It's been a good couple years. I think the last thing I did was skydiving.
oh,
Wait, you did
What?
skydiving?
Yeah.
Yo,
What the
hold
hell?
up.
But it's been like years.
Wait, where'd you go skydiving?
when?
There's a place out in Chilliwack. So they actually
Oh.
fly you up in the air and then. So I've never done it. So they pair you up with
Yeah,
a
instructor, right?
instructor.
Just
and
so
then
that
go
you
up
know
on-
how to pull, pull
where
the
to
cord.
where to pull the cord so you don't fall like.
How did
It's
you not
yeah.
know
all over the
this?
place.
No, I know there's a place in Chilliwack.
No,
but-
but I never
Oh,
knew
I-
that she
yeah,
went
I
Oh
didn't-
skydiving.
I didn't
wow.
know.
Okay.
Wait, how
it
much
was
was
it was
it?
something that because I actually have a fear of heights.
Heights, yeah.
So that was me trying to push myself to like, you know what?
Wow.
Props to
Go
you.
Yeah.
up there and just conquer your fear.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that was my mindset.
Good
but
for
like
you.
even after that, like if you put me up a set of like really high stairs, I still get jittery.
Yeah, but you went skydiving.
yeah.
Impressive. They
Yo.
say if you don't skydive at 130, you'll never do it.
Oh wow.
Right?
Good thing I
Why?
went there.
I wanted to do
Would,
that,
would
but
you
then
guys go now?
I would definitely. That's on my bucket list.
I wouldn't do it now
No.
Why?
because I have an excuse now. Once you're past 30,
Oh well.
you don't have to do it.
For most people, it's like as you grow older, you have less like more responsibilities and less sense of I could take the risk.
But what could happen? No, of course you can
Well,
die.
What
But I'm
can
saying,
happen?
but
I don't
you're
know.
with an instructor, right?
Yeah.
The chances of
But they
it
do make
is-
you sign a waiver,
Yeah.
right?
They
Anything
don't pair you
happens,
up
like-
anymore though.
No, they do.
They do.
No, no,
pretty sure
If it's your first time, they do.
Yeah, it's your
have
first
to.
time.
First
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Well,
no,
you're doing
you
it by
can't-
yourself.
No, you can't go up if you're not.
No, you can't.
You need
You have to be
a certain
certified.
amount of hours or certified to do it
Yeah.
yourself.
Because I have a
It's the,
friend.
you know what, that was a result of too many unexperienced people like
Mm.
Yeah, because I know you need it, like what you'll say. You need a certain amount of hours. You need a certain amount of like dive.
Yeah.
The year that we turned 30, it was COVID. So I wanted to do skydiving before I
Oh.
turned 30.
Okay.
But because of COVID, you're going to get paired up. It's like they canceled all skydiving.
Oh,
So I
Right.
didn't go skydiving. and
It's
I was
okay
like,
now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
passed it
I
right
think
now, so
maybe.
it's-
No, you can still do it. No.
You're only 30 by paper, but in your mind you can still be like,
Yeah.
I'm 20
I'm
something.
20 something.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm very curious. How was your experience with skydiving?
I think what it was before I went up, I just psyched myself up. Like,
Yeah.
I was like
It's gonna be fun.
I enjoy. I think that was the time when I was like enjoy pushing myself. Like I enjoy.
That was your adrenaline time.
Yeah, adrenaline. Like I wanted the adrenaline rush. Like even though I knew I was like scared like shitless, but at the same time it's like that adrenaline you won't experience it anywhere else.
Yeah, of course.
So it was like just psyching myself enough that I'm not gonna back down.
And you can't back down because you're attached to that person.
Well,
so
up until you enter the plane, you can still be like, dude, no, I'm going home.
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So up till then, I was super nervous. Good thing is, I went with a friend. So going with a friend, you're
Much
like
better.
much better. They're going, you're going. You feel guilty if you back down,
Right.
Yeah,
So
Someone
go with
empowered, it's all
someone
good,
that
yeah.
yeah,
You're
go
gonna
with
be
someone
that one
you,
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to.
That one crazy person, you'd be like, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, they did it. I guess I should do it too.
Yeah, but yeah, it was quite an experience, and I feel like it did help me in a sense like, you know what, go face your fears, and it's okay. Like you're still gonna live. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, props to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Clap.
Now everyone has to go skydiving now.
No, that's on my bucket list. I'm definitely
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna push you off the plane if you don't do it. He's
Yeah.
like,
No, I wouldn't do
he's like, I
that.
can't do it. I guess like
That's
he picks
that's
you up
been my
and throws you
dream.
out the door.
Skydiving is on my bucket list. So
But then you mentioned like the age thing. So like you're saying you getting a certain age, there's things that you're no longer willing to do. Like that's the thing. Like, do you guys like feel like age limits you, or you're the type that's like, age is just a number. No matter what, I can still accomplish
age
something.
is just a number, but you also have to take account you do have more responsibilities.
That's true.
You can't
Yeah.
be reckless.
No.
Yeah. So you
like-
can go into something saying you'll be confident in doing it. Like
Yeah,
that
like the
guy.
chances of you,
But
the chance of you
it's- yeah, there's a risk factors associated with being confident in certain activities.
like I'm not gonna. I know there was like that one, just like an era when people kept saying YOLO all the time. I really hated that line because
Thanks,
I felt
Drake.
like because people are just like, oh, I'm just gonna do it YOLO. Sometimes I'm like, that's a very dumb idea. Like why? Why would you do it? But it is a good mindset. But at the same time, you have to kind of reevaluate. Be
Right.
like, is this really a
Worth
good?
it.
Yeah, really worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it's good. Like you guys said, it's good to have to push yourself into uncomfortable situations, right? Like it's like your yes man. It's like you've never experienced it before. You can't always like you can do it like minus if you like have any sort of things that are restricting you from doing such things, right? So I was like it. As long as you try and get yourself outside the box, I think that's definitely going to be the best method of trying to gain confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have crazy stories like you. I never went skydiving. But the only thing I think that made me gain the most confidence was definitely like joining a sports team. Or like, for me, it was Dragon Boat, right? Unfortunately, I tried to join the badminton team and it wasn't good enough. They completely destroyed me. So the Dragon Boat team was just purely about dedication, right? And so if you showed up to practice, you went to the races, you're on the team.
Right.
Right.
But the thing
You
is,
get a little bit of a camaraderie, right?
yeah. So like you get like building confidence as the group and like teamwork, and the teamwork kind of forces you to communicate as well.
Right.
And then like when you guys go through such experiences, of course, like you start building more confidence. Of course, that is like you also getting used to the teammates over time, even though they sometimes change. But I guess another thing is I don't know if for like university, if you guys ever university when you first go into it for the first like year or two, like year 1, year 2, undergrad forces you to talk to a lot of strangers. Like
Right.
when
Oh, they
you
do
take-
icebreakers, right? don't they?
Icebreakers,
Yeah.
orientation days.
Yo, I was
all that.
scared. I can't do icebreakers. Like
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
people were like, "We're doing icebreakers." I'm like, "Oh, fucking icebreakers, man!"
Yeah.
I just came in here. Just tell me what to have to do. Like, don't tell me to talk to people. Like it was. I hated icebreakers.
Yeah, because you have to sit like next to like complete
Strangers,
strangers,
right?
and they're
Yeah.
like introduce yourself
Yeah.
and like talk
Yeah.
about
Okay.
stuff,
Like
things
that, I
like
can
that.
do like now, but back then, I hated icebreakers. Anything that gets me to like introduce myself. I'm like, I don't want to introduce myself. Like, just go on with the class. Tell me what I have to do, and I'm just gonna get out. But
Mm.
yeah, icebreakers was the worst. But that is a great
Yeah.
way to break the ice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but like icebreaker's not the only one though. Like if you took like classes, right? You if you don't know anybody in the class, it
Right.
gets really hard. Like if you decide to like one day you missed a class,
You need notes.
yeah,
or,
you need notes or
like
you need something.
projects or anything.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you're like, damn it, I need somebody to like to like
Yeah.
get notes off of if that's the case. So you're like looking around, you're like, okay, which one? Who looks reliable? You like sit next to them. It's like, hey, how you doing? And then you'll be like, they're like, oh yeah, my name is blah blah blah. It's like, oh yeah, well, what are you studying? You know.
Yeah.
And like over time, you kind of get more used to introducing yourself that
Right.
way, and I think it helps when they're actually like really complete strangers.
Yeah, but icebreakers is a great way to
Yeah.
meet people.
Yeah. Joining clubs, sports
Yeah,
organizations,
sports.
I would say would be pretty good. The only thing is, for those things, I would say you have to get committed to doing it. You can't just join and then be like, all right, where's my confidence boost, right? It's all about
Consistency.
you being consistent in a certain thing.
Like you have to have your own reason to be there and not
Yeah.
just be like,
Yeah.
I'm here just
Because
to.
like I know
benefits.
Ricky, you
Yeah.
joined like those clubs and all that stuff back then, didn't you? Like
language clubs. and
language
all that.
clubs,
Yeah.
all that stuff. You
Yeah.
did a lot of that back then. I remember.
Let's see. I joined a language club because my friend started it,
Mm.
and I thought I'd kind of go to show my support.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was pretty much it.
But
And
you
then
met a lot of people,
anything else after that was like icing. So yeah, I would kind of just went there to add an extra body and cheer my friend on for starting a club. And yeah.
Like, do you think it was harder to talk to those people because of the language barrier? Like, was it harder for you to sort of like gain confidence to talk to those strangers because you do know like because it's different from English to English, right?
Right.
But they're still learning the language.
Right.
So like,
Like there's a
did you
barrier with communication
Yeah.
as well.
I think that just requires patience because most of the people in that language club, they were trying to learn English.
Right.
Yeah, and they're
so-
very like easy, more welcoming, right? They're so nice. 'cause
Yeah,
they want to
and
learn.
they're struggling more
Yeah.
than any,
Yeah,
Right.
like way more than what I'm dealing with.
And
So
they're
I think it was
learning, like,
pretty fine.
English, which is something you're very comfortable with. So
Right.
of course, like I guess
Like,
for you, you feel
You
like
feel confident with what you're
Pretty-
bringing.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh damn.
You can build others' confidence that way too. Then,
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
Like when you're teaching them the language.
You can make friends that way,
Yeah.
and
So like
maybe
having
more than
friends that lead you to things that you can build confidence or bringing confidence to help others.
They
Yeah.
take you to do events or activities that you wouldn't normally do, and then
Mhm.
that also helps as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
hmm Hopefully that has helped a lot of you guys
Mhm.
or girls. Um,
Yeah, just everyone.
just everyone
needs
in general.
confidence.
Just everyone.
needs
Everyone needs
confidence.
confidence. Even dogs need confidence.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're probably the most confident beings.
They're probably
out
the
there.
most confident.
Yeah,
They're more confident
we
than
need
me.
more confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit like if you enjoyed this episode, and please
Comment,
comment.
subscribe.
Let us know if you what steps you've made to build your own confidence,
Yeah.
or if you don't have any tips, tell me what was the last time you did something new for the first time. Be sure to follow us on YouTube. We're on Instagram, Stitcher, Apple Music, Spotify. What else?
YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah.
TikTok. We're on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll be filming some dances that are really spicy,
That's it.
maybe.
Some
Maybe not.
punishment challenges.
So I'll be looking forward to that.
Thank
For
you
you guys.
very much for listening, and thank you very much, Yoel,
Good
for
to be here.
guest appearing.
Yeah, she might be back.
Yeah.
So let us know if you like Yul. Because I like Yul. But yeah, I guess we'll see everyone on the next one.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.